Welcome to my YouTube channel, Matrix Mindset. Follow my social media, all my social media platform. And today we're gonna talk about change your mindset. So today actually is the first day in the class because you've been hearing me about my story, how I came to be, why I'm doing whatever I'm supposed to do, and today we gonna start digging right in there. Yeah. And today what I wanted to talk to you about was, normally when I talk to you guys, I always use my personal experience. Yeah. So you can get some feeling and you can get like a depth in it. And for me it's more easier for exactly for me to tell you like how I feel about the thing and what happened to me and what kind of process I came to, so you can get an idea like wherever you are in your mindset, for example. Yeah. And whatever things you are struggling with in your life. Yeah. And what you want to change. Yeah. So when I started to have this realization like, yeah, you can actually change your programmed mindset. And what I mean with that is you could actually change how you want to feel about different situation. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad or whatever. You can choose. You can choose what kind of attitude and what kind of like mindset you're gonna have about even about a thing before it happens. Many people knows this, they know it, but when things actually happen, they just react. They react. They don't respond. They react to the environment. They react to whoever is like upsetting them. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a situation, and that's how you get stressed and you lose control over whatever is happening. But if you was responding instead of like reacting, that would be a different thing. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a little bit story about how it came to be for me, for example. Yeah. My first thing I had like in when I was changing my mindset about this stuff, when I had my first when I met David Elliott. Yeah. Like changed my mind forever and ever, and the way I thought and the way I did stuff and the information he told me like how to change your mindset and how to apply it. And when I started with winter. I think I told you about that because we live in Stockholm, and I'm from Africa, so it's cold. It gets cold, and it becomes depressing. And I was like, man, listen, how am I gonna change that? And then when I got a way to change that, you could do a lot of stuff. You could buy new clothes. You could train a lot on winter times. You could be very very busy, so your mind is very focused on something else. Yeah. Then when I mastered that, and then he told me you can apply it to anything. And when I thought like anything, I was like, wow. It was like a power I got. Like I was like, okay, how am I doing with death? Yeah. And death is a big thing for everybody of us. Nobody knows what happens when you die, and it's like a very stigma. Like from the culture I'm from, it's a stigma. People want to come to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And if they're having a certain attitude about death, of course it's not going to be like something pleasant and something you can, but it's something nature. Like it's very natural. Everybody dies. Yeah. So how are you going to cope with that? And my story began when my aunt died. I had an aunt. Yeah. She died from many many years ago. Yeah. And when she died, I decided I don't want to have this feeling. I know people are frustrated. I know you sad, you miss a person, but it can come to a certain level like it eats you up. It eats you up. It becomes more than this it's different for everybody. I'm not talking for everybody, but it's different but that was my personal my personal experience. Yeah. And I was like, listen, that I would like to master that. And that was going to be a big thing for me, right? So she died. When she died, I didn't have those tools. So So I thought, like, listen, I'm gonna work with this because it's not about people dying around me, it's about my death as well. How am I gonna handle, like, how am I, you know, dealing with the actually so thought of, like, I can die anytime, and how am I gonna vibe with it, for example, yeah? Uh, and So my mom has been sick like for many years, and she passed away for like, I think it's 5 years ago or something, and then was my chance to see if this actually worked. And you have to remember now, then I've worked with this energy like maybe for 4 years, like how I was gonna feel, how I was gonna receive this, what kind of attitude I have to death, for example. Things changed. So tell me and my mom have a little time to live, and my mom and me, for people that know me, we was very very close. That's like the closest person I had in all of my life, yeah. And now I know that she's gonna leave me anytime soon, and how am I gonna take it? So I decided, I was like, okay, first of all, I've had a very good time with my mom. She had a time to know me. So I was thinking, I started with the positive things, and the positive things was so many. Yeah, it was like 95%. And then I decided, like, you know what? When she dies, I'm gonna start living backwards, like stuff we did. So every time I'm thinking of her, that's what I decided for myself. I'm gonna smile because I'm gonna think of when we did this, I'm not gonna like think of like she's gone in that physical way. Yeah, because it's just energy. Yeah, she's gonna go by her physical, but her energy is gonna keep flowing. I'm gonna have her right here, and that was something new for me, very very new for me. So she dies. I'm telling you, God, I was so happy. You know, that day, because yeah, she was in a lot of pain and stuff. But first of all, that day she died, I was so happy for her sake. So she left the body. But after that, I couldn't imagine what happened, because I've built up all this energy, and it actually worked. It actually worked. You know, people didn't believe me. They was like, "Are you gonna be sad?" But I was not that. I was sad and I was happy. I was sad like she's leaving me, like a mom is leaving you. But the thing I had like. The energy and the way my mindset, I was like trained my mindset to think and receive the information and what to do with it. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it worked. It worked. It was beautiful. It worked. And death for me and for many people, that's like maybe the worst thing that can happen, or the thing they are most afraid of. If you think of, if you take away your jobs and all the stuff you start stressing about, that's the big thing. And when I conquer that, I knew, this this mindset stuff is real, is how, what kind of attitude you have to things, and you can decide yourself with your mind, with your mind, how you're gonna handle stuff before and do it. Yeah, you start a lot with appreciating. When you appreciate a lot of things start disappearing, and that's where you get your energy from. And that was the whole thing about why I took death, because I was like, I wanted to give you something deep straight away, not like, oh, you know, I'm lacking money, or, you know, my daughter do this, or someone left me, or, you know, this kind of stuff that can be hard in our normal life as well. I wanted to take you like straight in there and, you know, tell you like, for me, I've been there in that experience and it worked. And as soon as you start working with your mindset, yeah, and thinking like, what kind of attitude am I going to have on this particular problem I'm having, yeah? And you look at it like this, and you start working out, what do you want from it? What can you have from it that gives you energy? Yeah, leave alone what you are programmed to think, because you know, someone dies, you are programmed to think in a certain way, you are programmed to react a certain way, and 90% of the people, that's how they react. But you can change that. You can change that, and that's what I did. So, in this program, mindset only. Think of what the positive things you have. It can be for whatever reason. It can be wherever. It can be in a relationship. It can be in work. It can be, yeah. You got fired from your work, yeah. You can think of like, yeah, it opened up a lot of opportunities for you. Yeah, if you get like in that scared moment, you're like, oh, what am I going to do now? Or someone left you, a relationship, someone you love, someone you like a lot. Yeah, you was probably not supposed to have that person in your life. Yeah? But in the moment, it's hard to think like that. But when you start applying your head with that kind of mentality in different kind of things, yeah, it becomes automatically. You just train your brain to think like this. Everything that happens to you, it can be very negative, yeah. You think in another angle, and voila, you get something else. Yeah? Is it interesting? Are we getting there? Yeah. But now, for now, I just wanted to tell you, like, I don't want to keep it long. It's gonna be more longer shows that we can get deep in discussions and stuff, yeah. But now I just want you to think of your stuff that you have in your daily life. How you, if you want to change your mindset, for example, yeah, what are you gonna start with? You can start with something small. As I told you, I start with winter. I started with winter, yeah. Start with something small and apply and follow and be aware. Be aware. Awareness is the key. If you are aware, you start seeing results, and that's how you make changes as well. All right. Thank you for me. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Follow me on social media, and yeah, I'll be seeing you next time. And next time, actually, what you're gonna talk about is, I could say right now, I think, yeah, we're gonna talk about money. Yeah, interesting. We're gonna talk about money. Cheers. See you next week or soon. Maybe you get an extra material. You never know, but see you soon. Ciao.